about social media.
Yeah.
Now this is the reason why we're talking about it again. We did talk about it last year.
Yeah.
Is that it's constantly changing.
Absolutely.
It's like really it's one of the fastest growing things that when you're doing business with social media, you got to be on top of it. And that's why you've got a really good team, right?
100%.
Unified marketing.
Yep.
They're right behind you. The best part about social media marketing for your real estate property is that you have intentional buyers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's, it's like, I'm sure the paper still works.
Yeah.
Like it's really good,
Yep,
but
definitely. Yep.
you don't have the people seeing a house in the paper and then going, okay, I really want to do my kitchen like that kitchen. Let's go have a look.
Yeah.
And not really.
It's just instant social media. And that's the thing. And that's why, like I just said then, how having yesterday off is a delay. So it just, the way I sort of set up my properties when they go to market, it's fairly structured. Like we've got a bit of a system in place.
Yeah.
And the social media side of things is incredibly, you're reaching everyone. You're not just reaching, people that are reading the paper or are licensed, or registered to realestate.com or domain.com.
Yeah.
So you're reaching absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
Kind of like what TV does a little bit, but to a greater scale.
Yes.
And my page, nearly 5,000 followers, and that's a huge audience to put your property to.
Yeah.
And it's a massive advantage because as soon as properties go online, you can go through some of the old, it's all about engagement, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
In anything you're trying to sell.
Yep.
Anything,
Absolutely.
whether you're doing something else on social media that you're trying to sell.
Yeah.
You want that engagement. You want to make sure you're reaching the right people. And it's super powerful because you see, I know as soon as I launch my properties, the ones that are styled, absolutely hands down, generate a lot more activity, a lot more comments, a lot more engagement, more people tag their friends in it.
Shares, yeah.
They tag their partners, parents, you should look at this home, and you can have anywhere from 5 to 400 comments.
It's unreal.
Which is huge.
It's massive.
So
and these are all potential buyers.
Yeah.
Not just and that's what the beauty part of it is that it is measurable as well.
Yeah.
So you can go back and look at your insights, see where things are working, where it's not working, and tweak it to be optimal.
And you can push it to the demographic. Like we put a bit of money on the social media, so we can push it to the demographic of who we think it's more suitable to.
Yeah.
And when we sold that one on the river recently, we went Victoria wide, and it wasn't me, it was the unified marketing team, specifically targeted certain incomes, certain people in certain areas. It's pretty crazy. Like it's and you know that if you're spending a bit of money, you're going to the right place, and it's just not like a mass message.
That's right.
You're targeting the potential buyers you think is going to be.
That's right.
Suited to this particular property.
That's right, and I guess we got to remember that what you see on the pages isn't what everybody sees. So when you're putting out an ad or a targeted boosted post or whatever it is, you're not necessarily seeing that on the page. That's actually, like what Mark just said, is directed straight to those people that are earning a certain amount, that live in a certain area or whatever. Yeah. So when you go to a page and you go, oh, there's not much activity on there, don't assume that there's not much engagement, because behind the scenes, on the back ends of business, on the back ends of branding in the real estate, is targeted ads going out to people constantly.
Specifically.
Yeah.
So it's, and I think that's the thing, and that's why I've always worked really hard with the social media side of things, because I know hands down my properties get more engagement on social media than the majority of other agents in town. So I think that is my advantage. So and a really good advantage for vendors who are thinking of selling, they can be on a page that is got a lot of followers, and I've sold countless properties to people that weren't even in the market. They saw a property. There was one that I sold out in Redcliffs a few years ago for Shonah and I. I reckon 3 of the final offers, they weren't buyers. They were not buyers on that Wednesday before it went to market on the Thursday.
That's really interesting.
They saw it, they came through, they loved it, they made offers. So that's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And it's happened plenty of times since, and it'll continue to happen. And what that does, it just generates more activity and more buyers and more interest. And, you know, the other great thing about social media for vendors, and I get it all the time now, is people, the vendors themselves, aren't going, oh, geez, I wonder what's happening. You know, I wonder if anyone's reading the paper today, or wonder if someone's going to drive past, or they're seeing all these cool comments on their post, and they get excited. There's a bit of a buy-in for them. Yeah. And they just kind of they're like, oh, such and such commented, I know that person, and it's a bit of fun.
Raises the energy. It makes the process really enjoyable.
100%.
It takes the stress away. If you've got any questions about social media, pop them up and we'll answer them as we go. What's your favorite platform? What do you look through the most when your clock's off? What do you do?
Probably Facebook. More so. But I know, you know, like it seems to be, I know the kids are all looking at TikTok.
Oh yeah, that's TikTok and Reels.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, because they're short. My attention span's not that long.
Jeez. Oh, really?
Well,
I go into a rabbit hole with that because I love it. Yeah. I love people. They're so fun.
Yeah, videos are cool. Yeah. But yeah, I think so. Facebook is still, for my business, it's still what generates the most amount of activity. Yes. We still do stuff on Instagram, but you're gonna get more of your comments, like it's instant. It's literally you put a post on and it's bang, there's a comment, bang there. And often, if I'm in a meeting, my phone's in my pocket, I know when a property launches because I obviously schedule them for a certain time. Yes. And when they go through the bot flow that I have set up on the on it, so people can actually receive all the information, the Section 32s, they can get the price, they can get all the information without actually, just so they can get the information before they then make the decision. Obviously it vibrates in my pocket, so it's just like, and you know when there's a property going off because it's like flat out. So, but it's you're seeing the engagement levels, you're seeing the people that want more information, and you can communicate with them through Facebook really easily, and people like communicating through social media. More so than picking up the phone these days.
And some people don't, which is okay, but don't be like, and that's another thing that we want to inform like your customers as well, is that if you do get the bot message, you're still available.
You don't have to buy, that's right. You know? And you don't have to buy into the bot message. That's right. It's just a service really. But you know, I want people to call if they've got questions, and you know, that's the industry we're in. We're a service industry, so call, text, whatever it is, email. Absolutely. A lot of people. There's so many different areas of communication these days. So
it's not a lazy way of marketing. It's just giving a different.
It's providing information.
That's right.
I think that's what it is. I like to provide as much information to the buyers so they can make a decision on whether it's right for them to inspect or even to inquire. People are, I think, you know, in the last with COVID. People are information hungry, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Like they want things and they want it now. Like they want to know everything about everything. They want to know how, like reviews on they'll Google anything. So the reason I provide all that information is because I think most people want that now.
Absolutely. They really do. And, you know, we're absorbing so much information right now. It's really, you know, that's how social media has, you know, conditioned
dominated the world.
Oh my gosh, but it's beautiful. I think it's an excellent experience. Like, can you imagine if we didn't have social media going through what we've just gone through in the last year, how that would have impacted your industry? Yeah,
you're right. And everything.
Everything. Yeah. Lots of industries. Yeah.
So, you know, to give people an idea, like, I might average 5 inquiries through realestate.com where I'd more likely to get probably average 15 to 20 to 30 through social media.
Wow.
So that just gives you a bit of an idea. Like realestate.com, those domains and those portals are very important, obviously, and they're very important for people that don't live in Mildura, Melbourne, interstate buyers. We still get a lot of inquiry from Melbourne investors, a lot. Like if you're in it, I've got that little one on 54 Avocado Street, and I've replied that many emails from Melbourne investors. So that's very, very important. So they all play their role. The paper still plays its role because of the fact that it's the older generation love to sit down and read the paper.
Yeah, of course.
And some of the younger generation too. And we still I have a lot of people ring me on a Friday and say, hey, I'm just looking at this property in the paper. Can you give me more information?
Yeah.
Not everyone uses social media. Not
That's
everyone
right.
uses the paper.
That's right.
You know, not everyone's on realestate.com. So, you know, you need to, if you're a vendor and you're wanting to find buyers, you have a lot of vendors like, oh, I don't like social media, I don't read the paper, but there are a lot of buyers that do. There are a lot of buyers that are in this area and this area. So you got to get them all.
Yep.
You don't want half your buyers.
No, gosh,
You want them all.
Yeah, that's right.
So
can I just ask you, with your service, when a vendor signs up with you, social media is a given. Is that part of the package or just a given?
A given.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the bot flows are given. The videos, not always, depending. Like I've got a one coming up, getting photos today. She didn't want a video, and that's fine.
That's all right.
It probably was worthy of a video, but she didn't want it, so I didn't push it. I like it because the videos are very engaging. You would have probably more of an understanding than me how powerful videos
are,
and why. Like people, as soon as they scroll through, that reaches more people. Correct?
That's right. It does. Yeah, and the algorithms at the moment with social media are favouring people that are using video.
Yeah.
Not only that they're favouring that they're reaching more people, is that people are curious, you know, we want to watch shows, we want to be entertained.
Yeah.
And so photos, people are just scrolling. As soon as there's a video, consumerism is telling us that it's just like play.
Yeah.
I want to be entertained. Show me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they're about. See, the thing about videos is and you'll notice if you've seen my videos that it's a pretty short introduction. Like it doesn't have to be, it's more about how a property looks.
Yeah.
It's reaching more buyers, like we just said.
Yep.
But it's showing the things that your photos don't show, right? It's showing those little features that you can't necessarily see, or it's showing the size of a space rather than, because photos can be a bit deceiving.
Yeah.
Good and bad. Like it's, they are the things that usually capture people. So
absolutely.
And that's what it's about. Again, capturing the buyers to ensure that if there's nothing worse when you get someone ring up a week after it's sold and say, oh, I didn't even know it was on the market, or that's what I've been looking for 15 to 20 years. And I had no idea. And it happens. It shouldn't, but it does. Yeah. And that's the worst because they've missed out on maybe the property they've been looking for forever. And it's an opportunity missed. So that's why we're doing everything to capture the biggest of big audiences.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a really good point. And I guess, that's the beauty also of social media is you can turn on your notifications.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to miss out on a property and,
I don't even know how to do that.
Don't you?
No.
I'll show you. I'll show you how to do it. It's really cool because if you put on your notifications, say for instance, Mark Thornton Real Estate, you will get every post that he puts up. Most of them you can actually change, like you can choose how many, like it could be most common or most engaged.
So everyone should do that.
Yeah, and then that way as soon as it comes up you don't miss out. It's not like, oh, it's by chance by scrolling or by chance that I'll think of going to your page to look it up. You can turn them on so you can get it instantly. If you're in the market and you want, the
biggest reason, like the market's hot, obviously. We've had a crazy year, but the market's been good for years as well. Like we haven't had a slow time in the last 5, 6, 7 years. It's been a long time that it's been busy. And I think the biggest change that social media has made is that by that Saturday, if you go to the market on a Wednesday or a Thursday, hit social media, your signboard goes up, etc., that there's a very good chance that I reckon 90 to 95% of the people that are looking for something like this have seen it by that first Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas if you snap back 5 years ago, before social media, you were relying on the paper or realestate.com.
Yeah.
Not everyone had, internet. Not everyone has a computer in their home now.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Maybe 5 years ago, not everyone did. It's changed a lot, right? Yeah. Everyone's got a home office just about now. So, but the big difference is, and I've known it from when I sold real estate starting in 2003, is that people would ring you on the Sunday or the Monday and say, I literally just picked up the paper. I'm keen to have. So it's often your second weekend was busier than your first.
Yep.
So and that's why properties probably didn't sell as quick. Your days on market more like your 30 days, and now they're back to 20 on average. So I think that's probably a big change. And so therefore, if you're 90% of your buyers are there on that first Saturday, then and then you might have a few come to that second follow-up. Most of them have seen it. And that's why a majority of our properties sell by that first week, like a week, within a week of going to the market. That's usually what happens. The 4 properties that I took to the market last week, they'll be all sold by the end of this week. I'm almost certain. And I reckon that's why. Because there was, you're seeing more people earlier.
Yeah. Wow.
So
that's really cool.
It's powerful.
It is powerful. I love it. I love social media. I know there's a lot of people that feel like there's a lot of negative traits in it, but it's not social media that's negative. It's how you use it.
Yeah. And the other thing about these lives, and I think we've mentioned this before, like when we first started this over a year ago, like I was really nervous. Remember that? I didn't want to do it.
I know.
But now, like I'll go to an appraisal and they'll tell me what I've already said. Right? So they'll actually say, you said to do this, so we've already done it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So and the tips that you give, I'm actually seeing people get this knowledge, I guess, that we can give, and I think that's pretty cool. Values. So when people are watching this, and I don't know whether they're watching it for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, the whole thing, I've got no idea, or whether people are consistently watching it, or if it's only when they're sort of in that real estate mode. Yeah. But I see it a lot. So I guess it's people get information out of social media, and it's cool.
That's right. And that's why we love doing it, because we can inform people, and it helps everybody. I think it's it's a real win-win-win. And if you can inform people to do this before you get there, or whatever it is, it just makes the process even quicker, faster, quicker,
Sure, what you're going to say then? Well, I swear on this show, it's G-rated. But also the other thing is, I have vendors that have just said, I want to get, like, they'll ring thinking of selling. I want to book Shonah in, or I want to use her. We don't have to. A lot of the times I used to have to explain the benefits of how it works, why it's so powerful, why that your furniture works in certain spaces, and then the photography and how that generates more engagement through social media. Yeah, they're already sold on it. They already believe it, and that's great. It's good. That's it. From that point of view, it's
they get to make their own decisions based on the information we give and what they're seeing, the results. Yeah. So This is the thing with social media, is that by giving information and us giving information, we're not really hustling.
What are these people doing watching anyway? Should they be at work?
Maybe they're working from home like us.
But and I think that's definitely it's powerful. So from a real estate point of view, if you're not selling your house on social media, you're mad. Yeah. Because you'll lose I reckon 60 to 70% of your buyers. Yeah. The other ones, your buyers will see it eventually, but it's that hype where you're receiving offers. Like I received probably 8 offers over the weekend on different properties. Wow. Just email, like message through, and it's pretty powerful. And it's great for vendors when you're shooting them offer forms already filled out by buyers. It's a good feeling, because some of these vendors have been working their butts off to get their property to market ready. Yep. So it's a reward for effort always. Yep.
Reward for effort. I like that. It's a good quote. Excellent. So, did you go to the circus?
No.
You didn't?
Is it finished?
I don't know.
I think it might be finished.
I did see the ad. It looked a bit cool.
Yeah. I heard it was really good. I think our little one's a bit small.
Oh, yeah.
Like her attention span would be like 3 minutes.
She wants to run.
And then she'd go, "Where's Peter Rabbit?" Yeah. That's all she wants to watch.
Oh, that's cute.
That's
cute.
Yeah.
Lots of things happening in Mildura. Well, I'm like, that's really cool to hear that it picked up like within a week, and that's everyone's out and about looking at the properties.
Any questions about social media? Let us know.
Yeah.
There's myself. There's Shonah, or there's Unified Marketing. Those guys are good. Look them up. They're on Facebook.
Yeah, mine. I'm organic. These guys are paid marketing. Yeah. There's different ways of doing it, and you know what? They can gel really well together as well. Absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of the organic stuff from ours happens really quick. We don't usually do the paid stuff for a little while after they. It's cool to see the organic comments come through. I reckon it works for me. That gives me I always know how a property's going to go within the first 24 hours. Yeah. You get an inkling pretty quickly. There's definitely a rhythm with you know, I'll know by that Friday if I think it'll be sold by the following week. Like you never know. Yeah, like there's no guarantees.
No, of course.
But there's a pattern.
Yep, there is. Yeah, you're pretty on the money. A lot of the time.
You usually know when something's going to sell and sell well.
Yeah.
And that comes through phone calls but social media really gives a good indication.
Excellent. So you got a few new ones coming up to look out for this week?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Okay. Maybe two, one at this stage, but possibly another one. Okay, so, but absolutely looking for more stock. There's a definite shortage, and that demand is in turn probably what's happened on the weekend. You know, and the buyers that are looking there, they're still struggling to find stuff. A lot of new buyers came to the market 2 or 3 weeks ago. So another week or two, they'll be frustrated. They'll be looking. So if you're thinking of selling, I reckon I had 4 people ring me this morning wanting appraisals, which is a really good sign. Yeah. So, but you know, you don't know whether they're coming on sooner or. Yeah. But you know, it's definitely there's a demand. Stock levels are low, so you know, put yourself to an advantage.
Is it across the board? Units to big bedroom houses?
Yeah, I think it's everything. Yeah, there's no real. Look, you know, obviously your 300,000 mark is the key. Anything around that, you know, you'll see some serious people. But mine range from cheaper to in that price range to one up in the sort of the 600s, you know, high 5, 6 that had lots of bedrooms, and I had 7 or 8 big families there. So everyone's wanting to do something for whatever reason. So
that's good. That's the diversity that we
shoot a message, send a message through if you are.
Yes.
And again, I think the biggest thing is we try and reiterate is it doesn't matter if you're not thinking of selling. The appraisal service is a service. Yeah. It's a service, and a lot of people go, oh, you know, you're busy and you don't have time. My job is to provide an idea on value of people's homes, right?
Yep.
If you're selling now, that's fine. If you're not, and it's not happening for a year or two, that's still
Doesn't
fine.
matter. Yeah.
And it's not a obligation.
No, that's right. You're not signed into a contract. It's a duty of care. I love it. Exciting times.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, you know where to find us if you need any help, or you're just starting to think about, you know, putting your property on the market. Tongue twisted today. I don't know what's going on. Need coffee. He's like, go.
Should have gone to the circus.
Or be in it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you next week. We don't know what the topic is yet, but we'll hopefully come up with something.
Someone has to come up with something.
Yeah, and hopefully
anything.
Yeah.
If they've got any suggestions.
Any suggestions? You know, shoot us and make it fun. You know, it's all good. All right, guys. Have an amazing day wherever you are, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Ciao.